and welcome to the Nasboys podcast. I'm your host, Mike, aka Mike Fob Fan 101, with my good friend and co-host, making his return to the Nasboys podcast, Cam, aka Noticed_Cam.
Howdy, y'all.
So yeah, it's a little weird that we always have two people. It's not even a personal issue. It's literally just like scheduling stuff, like legit. Everybody has such a weird schedule, but anyways, besides all that, we're going to get into today's episode talking about the races over at Las Vegas. We're going to kick things off. Do you want to kick things off with Xfinity or Cup?
Let's do Xfinity first. Why not?
Xfinity? All right. So for the Xfinity race, I thought it was a pretty solid race. There was a lot of three wide racing. We saw, I don't think who, oh yeah, Riley Herbst. Riley Herbst
Yeah,
finally got his first career Xfinity win. I am a little surprised by that. And he didn't just win the race, he actually dominated the second half of it, passing his teammate Cole Custer, who won the first stage. And he just pretty much led. Nobody had an answer. I think he won by 15 seconds. There were a few incidents in this race, like we saw this one wreck that caused a red flag. If you haven't seen that, here it is.
And a lot of smoke right in front of Raja. Looks like an engine gave away, and caution has come out. The 45 doesn't have a right rear tire.
Yeah, he had some contact when the car with the blown engine crossed in front of him. He turns sideways in the oil, makes contact with the right side into the blown engine.
There was a lot of three wide racing as well throughout the race. I can't really think of any other major moments in that race, but overall, I thought it was pretty solid. What did you think of it?
yeah, I thought it was a decent race. I was watching it while being on the phone with Mike. Funny enough, um,
We were watching the
which
Tommy Fury and Logan Paul
or
fights.
well, yeah, the fight. There you go. And yeah, me and Mike were both extremely shocked to see Riley Herbst actually pull off a win. Which, by the way, I just want to say he dominated. He led 103 laps. The only guy that looks to be closest in laps next to him was Cole Custer with 62. Um, and yeah, he really did have a really good day today. Nemechek was second, Custer was third, Chandler Smith was fourth, Sam Mayer was fifth, and then yeah, so those are really the top five. But overall, it was a decent race.
Some other drivers that really impressed me were Lane Riggs. He finished in 11th. He's driving the 11 car. And Myatt Snyder, who finished 19th. Or not 19th, excuse me, 11th. My mistake. Lane Riggs finished 10th.
Brandon Jones got uh, number eight. It's kind of surprising. I feel like I don't know. I think I don't always see him up there in front.
Look at what you guys had to say. 83% said good. 17% said mess. That's okay. Nobody said the other options. No thoughts. Driver today, unanimously Riley Herbst. I think I got to agree, but Cole Custer is second, no doubt, in driver of the day voting.
Yeah, I agree. Riley Herbst all the way. He had a dominating performance. Finally got a win on him. So yeah, good for him.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people were giving up on Riley Herbst. I think he just signed a contract to come back for the 2024 season in the 98 car. I think Riley Herbst has been a solid driver. I know he's not the best, but like I mentioned, he's had terrible luck. And yeah, there were some incidents in the series that were his fault, but overall, I think he's been a decent driver. He gets you decent results, and now his first win.
Yeah, good for him. Good for him.
So taking a look at the Cup race, I thought there were it was okay. I thought it was very similar to the Xfinity series. We mostly saw Larson and Bell dominating. I feel like they were the only two that really were leading laps. I know there were some other drivers up in the front, like Hamlin. I think Keselowski had a good day as well. Um, we saw a few incidents, like we saw both of the Legacy Motor Club cars have trouble with Jimmy Johnson in attendance, as a matter of fact. Legacy, you're only relevant right now because Carson Hocevar is a generational talent. Let's see. Alex Bowman, I think, had some trouble. So there
The fastest lap earlier at over 183
Oh, we
miles
got
an
another car on the
hour.
wall, the 48.
And this time it's Bowman.
Oh,
and he's going to
sliding
slide
through.
back in front of traffic. The caution has come out.
Man, that was almost a bad deal right there. The car started to turn right, Rick, in front of oncoming traffic. He's running 9th.
Guys, 3 laps ago, Alex Bowman radioed to his team that the right rear started feeling kind of funny. It was not like it was earlier in the run, so something was going on.
Yeah, he's damaged the car. Now he has no steering.
Yeah, the right rear tire's not flat, so I don't know whether he looks like he may have gotten out of control or out of, loose, much like his teammate did. Maybe he was having a vibration or an issue with the right rear. It looks like he's got he's gotten the car sideways and up into the fence, much like Larson.
I can't tell if the right rear has air, if it's off the ground, or if it's bent up. There's so much damage. It's weird, but it's...
were some tire failures in this race from what it seems like.
Yes.
What else really to talk about? The ending was pretty decent. There's Bell running down Larson. Larson, by the way, I gotta say, I'm impressed with. He hit the wall. I think in the second stage, he slipped up and he hit the wall, and he managed to come back and still win the race. Didn't have too much damage on the car.
5 here.
Byron, and yeah, the
got an
5 of
issue.
Larson has slowed down. I wonder if this is another issue.
A little bit, yeah.
There you go, Rick. He said he hit the wall a little bit, and Cliff Daniels said it does not look terrible on TV. So obviously, 24 to go here in the stage, Steve. They're going to keep him out. They're not going to make him pit here.
Yeah, he's struggling with the balance of the car right there. You see the car bobbling in the middle of the corner, but here's the... Oh, wow. That was massive.
Goodness.
So the car almost spins out. He does a really incredible thing and basically just locks all 4 tires down, and that and the wall straightened the car out.
I saw the replay where it hit the wall. It's just going to be tire heat at this point. Stay smooth.
So the tires, the heat in the tires, and also the potential flat spot those tires, he's probably...
Which was good. But yeah, during the finish, it was pretty interesting seeing how Bell could catch up to Larson like that. And it looked like he was about to get his bumper. And if he had one more lap, I feel like Christopher Bell was going to move him out of the way.
Bell right up against the wall. 1 lap to go. Presented by Credit One Bank. Larson with a 0.3 of a second lead. Bell. A final effort through 1 and 2. Down the backstretch for the final time.
Big gain right there by the 20 car.
Through 3 and 4 for the final time. Now lap traffic coming into play. Bell on the high side. Larson's going to drift up in front of him. Does Bell have enough? It's Larson.
Bumper,
Bell.
still bumper.
Larson. Larson's going to win.
Checker flag.
What a finish by Kyle Larson.
I actually did see a clown of the week in Chatham, and he said that Larson is a chicken bleep because he can't race properly. He races dirty, which I have never seen that much evidence. Yeah, dead bleep. I don't know what to say to that. That guy is obviously an idiot. If you're watching this, you know who you are. You're an idiot, and you're getting called out on this podcast. Larson does not race dirty. I know he's had a few moments where he races like an idiot. Like, for example, when he put Elliott into the wall. I think it's either at Fontana or Las Vegas, one of the 2 tracks last year. And then that one time at the road course when he wrecked somebody pretty much and almost killed himself. But other than that, Larson's been pretty clean. I don't really see him getting into drama with other drivers unless it's another driver's fault, like Hamlin. So I think that Larson is mostly a clean driver, and so is Bell. Those guys are mostly there just to race. They don't get into too much crap, so I don't know why you say Larson is a dirty driver.
Yeah, I think you're bleeping stupid if you think that. I think they're both really good drivers. As a matter of fact, I think both of those drivers themselves put on a show every week.
Right.
Or at least they try to, and they're very consistent. So, I think that's absolute bull crap that he thinks that. But that's just me. Kyle Larson also is the king of saves, in my opinion. Bro has saved himself so many times. And I don't know how he does it too. I mean, that hit on the wall, I thought surely he was going to pay for that one, and somehow he still won the race. So good for him.
A couple other guys I think are really good at saves are Kyle Busch, Tyler Reddick, and Ryan Blaney.
I agree. Yeah, no, I definitely agree with all those. Um, I would also say some like news because Mike really spoke my mind on the race. I thought if it was anything, I wouldn't say I don't know. I kind of thought maybe the Xfinity race was a little better. Maybe that's just because someone else won that hasn't won. Um, I guess I just thought this race was a little up and down at times. But so was the Xfinity race, to be fair.
Right.
But I will say someone that did surprise me was Brad Keselowski. He led 38 laps. I feel like I haven't seen him up a whole lot. So seeing him finish fourth was definitely a surprise. But besides that, though, nothing too crazy. Chris Buescher got another 10th place spot. And then, yeah, Larson just led. I mean, 132 laps. I mean, he dominated, really. So,
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at the results here. Everything looks pretty normal. I guess some notables are Corey LaJoy. He finished 18th. Daniel Suarez finished 14th, but I kind of feel like that's where he always is at.
yeah.
Um, so yeah, that's pretty much it. I guess another incident to really note was Ty Gibbs. He had some problems. He hit the wall. But yeah, other than that, taking a look at what you guys had to say,
Yeah, I
zero
forgot about
percent
that.
said 0% said great, 60% said good, 40% said message okay, nobody said bad. The underscore motorsports underscore junkie says my favorite driver Larson won. Good for you.
Yep.
Driver of the day, Brad Keselowski. I'd have to give it to Kyle Larson.
Yeah, I'm definitely giving it to Larson. I mean, personally, I think if someone was to be second in line, it would be Bell, not Keselowski. I mean, I don't get me wrong. I think Keselowski did a good job today. I I just don't
Not
believe
driver
he
of the day
was not driver of the day.
performance.
No, no.
So
And,
my ratings for both races, I think I'll give the Xfinity series probably a 6.5 or 7, and then the Cup race a 6.
I give it about a I give it about a 6.5 for the Xfinity, and then I give it about I'd say probably a 5.5 or a 6 for the Cup. I just wasn't that the race wasn't too exciting for me, I guess.
So a couple other things to note. My fantasy team. So for my fantasy team this week, I had William Byron, Joey Logano, Kyle Larson, Alex Bowman, Martin Truex Jr., and I had Denny Hamlin in the garage. I wish I switched out Hamlin and Bowman, but the issue was I was working, so I did not have a chance. I didn't even know Alex Bowman wrecked until I take a look today. Took a look today. What am I saying? Christian finished fourth with 219 points. I don't know his lineup. And I finished seventh with 187 points. I probably would have finished in the top 5 if I'm being completely honest. If I had Hamlin, but no. Enough whining about that. I guess taking a look at the standings for both the Xfinity and the Cup Series. This was the Xfinity Series first race in their round of 8. So taking a look at the standings, John Hunter Nemechek is still first. Justin Allgaier is second. Austin Hill is third, and Cole Custer is fourth. Cole Custer is 15 above the cut line. And then on the cutoff is Chandler Smith, 15 back, Sam Mayer, Sammy Smith, and Sheldon Creed. And then for the Cup Series, Kyle Larson is first, William Byron is second, Denny Hamlin is third, Martin Truex Jr. is fourth, and then on the cutoff, Christopher Bell, 3 back, Tyler Reddick, 15 back, Chris Buescher, 23 back, and Ryan Blaney, 56 back.
Yikes.
Yeah, I think that I'm pretty much confident in my final 4 now. I had Kyle Busch, in the Final Four, but he's out, obviously. So now I'm just going to replace him with Larson so I can feel somewhat right.
Yeah,
Um,
I'm still gonna like obviously like I don't know if I had to adapt to it. I'm sure I could make mine look better, but I'm just gonna stick to what I originally had, even though yeah, but it's okay.
so talking about some news. It's not necessarily news, but it's more so rumors, and I just feel like spreading my opinion about it. So speaking of Riley Herbst might make the move to go to the Cup Series. I think we already talked about that, so never mind. Um, Chandler Smith will probably go to Joe Gibbs Racing. So back in the Toyota camp, he's apparently leaving Kaulig. I don't know how true that is. I think that's a great pickup for Toyota because they've been losing a lot of prospects. And Chandler Smith has been pretty good. And I think if he does go to the Xfinity Series, he will win a champion, or not the Xfinity Series, Gibbs Xfinity, he will win a championship.
Yeah, I think that's a great move by Toyota, bro.
If it
Absolutely
happens.
great move. Yeah, if it happens, that is a very good play by them. That yeah.
So, despite recently saying, given the chance, he would rather race in Cup, there are a lot of signs pointing that AJ Allmendinger will come back to the Xfinity Series full time, which, due to lack of funding, I I think this is a decent move for AJ Allmendinger. He's never really been that great in the Cup Series. I thought he was going to do a little better because I've noticed how much AJ's improved as a driver in the Xfinity Series, but now that he's raced in the Cup, he's kind of been what he used to be, just kind of a road course ringer. And then on the other tracks, he's just mid. So I think it'd be a good move for Colleagues Xfinity program, especially if Chandler is really leaving.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess in my personal opinion, I didn't see this as too surprising. Which really sucks though. I mean, I don't know. I guess I always want to see him win, of course, like I feel like he's really good in Xfinity, but he's just not good enough for Cup. You know what I mean?
Right.
So
But speaking of colleague, Ty Dillon might be the Cup Series driver, which I don't know why you would upgrade Ty Dillon. Obviously with Carson Hocevar, he is getting his ride in the Spire 77, which was expected and good for Carson. That's really all I have to say about it. But why would you give Ty Dillon a better ride?
yeah, I have no clue. I think that was a stupid idea.
Right.
Oh
Um,
my! I think he'd underperform.
he would way underperform. Are you kidding me?
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
Another guy that we should mention is Noah Gregson. Noah Gregson got reinstated last month, and now SHR is looking for him to be the replacement if Eric Almirola really retires, which I I think it's expected, but again, why would you upgrade a guy who's already sucked in some equipment?
Yeah, and not only that, but I just feel like I don't know. I feel like if anything, he'll just cost a lot more for the team. I feel like he's just mentally not there all the way either. As
Hmm.
like he has his moments of his stupid antics that I don't know. I just personally think that's a dumb idea as well. Do I see it being plausible or possible? Yeah, but do I think it's a good idea? No.
So Matt Kenseth is going to be joining Legacy Motor Club as an advisor, competition advisor, as a matter of fact, to assist the team's move to Toyota. I think this is a good move, and I hope that they improve and look less like a laughing stock.
Yeah, I think that would be interesting for sure. I don't think that's a bad move at all. I think that would be good. It'll definitely make their team look better.
Yeah. And then the final piece of news is Sheldon Creed will not be returning as the driver of the number 2 Xfinity car with RCR. I was a little surprised when I heard this news. I'm not going to lie. I thought Sheldon was doing solid, but he definitely did not win as much as his teammate, Austin Hill, who is a certified title contender. So I could see why they would kick him out, but I think it was a little premature.
Yeah. I mean, I I don't know. I thought that one kind of was like a left hook out of nowhere. I don't know. I
Right.
guess I wasn't expecting that. I thought they would have re-signed him or something. I feel like he didn't do too bad in the number two, so that's a little shocking. And now I kind of wonder where he'll go. So, but yeah,
I've
it's definitely
heard
pretty exciting.
Rackley War Racing,
Oh, okay, okay.
the truck team, by the way.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's not horrible, but I guess going into picks for this weekend's races at Homestead, Miami, kicking things off. All three series are racing, kicking things off with the truck race. I feel like it's going to be a decent race. It's not going to be too much of a snoozer, but I don't think it'll be a great race. Biggest headline is probably how Matt Crafton and Nick Sanchez are going to race each other. I personally think that NASCAR is going to try to keep it at a decent level, and I'm sure they're going to talk to them. But I don't know if they're still mad at each other considering it happened 3 weeks ago. But you obviously don't know. It would be interesting to see if Matt gets wrecked by Nick. So we'll see what happens. But I don't really see too much happening.
Yeah, I don't know. I think they'll stop it before anything really happens. And plus, it was a while ago, and right now he's in a good spot where he's at. So I would be really surprised if he doesn't do something like that.
So for this race, I will say Ty Majeski wins it.
I will have Kornheim.
Okay, that's not bad. For the Xfinity race, again, I think it'll just be a decent race. I am going to say that Austin Hill wins it. He hasn't won in a while. I think he'll lock his ticket to the Final Four.
I have Allgaier. I think Allgaier will do good, and I think that race will be decent as well.
And then for the Cup Series race, I think this race will be okay. I think we'll see similar results. A lot of three wide racing. I said William Byron in the playoff prediction video, but I think I'm going to change it. I'm going to say Kyle Larson wins it.
Okay, I'm gonna just like I said, keep it how I am the whole year. Even though I'm just not gonna change. That's not who I am. I'm gonna go Kyle Busch, and I'm expecting a good race. I'm expecting a good race. I don't know why. I'm hoping Cup can perform pretty good this week.
And so with that will conclude this week's episode. Thank you guys so much for watching. Comment, like, and subscribe. Make sure you guys follow our socials, and we will see you guys in the next episode. Peace.
Peace.